You've seen it all before. The intro music that cuts off the murder sequence, the crime scene with its black Hummers pulling up to investigate. The suspects sit vanished after their TV debut until the very end. You know the case will be solved within its hour time slot, but what you may not know is how much the glamorous TV crime differs from its reality counterpart. In reality, there are no open-shut cases. DNA isn't a commonplace item that appears at every crime. The investigators aren't all rich and rolling in black Hummers. Special care is taken to preserve evidence. True investigators wear gloves, booties, hair coverings, overalls, and a mask to avoid tampering with evidence. Television portrays them only halfway.
In reality, the first on the scene are police officers. They secure the scene to protect evidence and capture the perpetrator if one is there. Then comes the popular CSI unit. They collect the evidence and make notes of the crime scene. The district attorney, medical examiner, the specialists such as forensic scientists and forensic psychologists, as well as the detectives are also present at the scene. But the line sometimes blurs between detectives and the CSI unit. The detectives follow the leads, interview witnesses, and often consult with the CSI unit. But the CSI unit is not the detective. They do not go running around dealing with witnesses and perpetrators. However, due to the popularity aspect of murder and other crimes that TV portrays, some shows such as Twilight, Dexter, and Batman are copycat criminal favorites. Everyone remembers the Colorado shooting. It parallels with the comic book series Batman, from the Joker using smile gas to kill a studio audience to bad guy Arnold Krim, who fired on a theater and killed 3 people. And the shooter, with his Joker iteration, even booby-trapped his apartment. Another, taken straight from the screen, a report of a teen vampire so enamored by the film Twilight, the teenager bit at least 10 girls in 1 month. Though his deeds weren't loved by all as Edwards were, he was referred to juvenile correction. Another, young boy, 17, strangled his 10-year-old brother, saying that he was influenced by the show Dexter. He was related to the character. Yet some of the most bizarre and interesting shows are actually not self-created, but in fact influenced by a real crime. Take Law & Order Special Victims Unit, the 5th season, give indirect insight to the bizarre mind of criminal Dr. John Schneeberger. In the episode Serendipity, while the scenario was slightly different, the meat of the crime was there. The episode revolves around a Schneeberger-like character who plants a tube of blood, not his, but another man's, in his arm to avoid a paternity test. But the blood ended up matching another criminal's, which wasn't too far off from its influence, while the real case was more severe since Schneeberger did assault someone and was caught years later once he admitted that he had stolen one of his patient's blood samples and cut his arm open and planted the tube inside. CSI, oddly enough, affects not the crooks, but the jurors. Known as the CSI effect, it is the high expectations held among the jury members that forensic evidence and physical evidence will be present. The majority of jury members, after having seen a multitude of crime shows, expect all sorts of high-dollar equipment to give lab reports and other processings. When surveyed, out of 1,000 jury members, viewers who had watched CSI had the mindset of a larger amount of scientific evidence being presented than that of a non-viewer. The CSI effect even trickles down into the workforce. Fresh-faced college grads, and even just job seekers, are often fooled by these enticing, glamorous portrayals of crime scene investigators. While many entering this popular sleuthing field expect large payloads and heavy attention like the characters from popular shows, beginners often face the shock in realizing that a crime isn't solved instantly, that they, as a CSI unit, have to be processing and analyzing for long hours with a microscope in a crime lab the majority of the time. And the pay is small for such a tedious job, only $23,853 a year. However, some positive have come out of this CSI effect. According to the U.S. Bureau of Labor Statistics, by 2018, the employment rate of CSI will increase by 20%. Overall, crime in television influences the minds of people all over the world, in all aspects, from committing crimes to desiring to solve them. While the CSI effect may not fade, the popularity for such crime shows will only increase the rise of the self-taught sleuth.